Hey Aries, welcome back to Distilled Tarot. My name's Shannon. I'll be guiding you through today's reading. This is our daily reading for June 19th, 2025. Let's see what's going on in the world of Aries. At the heart of our reading today, we have the moon. You're venturing on an unknown path. You're not sure exactly what next steps you're meant to take because you can't see the factors that are ahead of you. So it's hard for you to plan ahead right now. The challenge for you right now, Spirit's really doubling down on this ending energy. We have the Death card and the Ten of Swords. So this is putting a fine point on, in order to navigate through this dimly lit, metaphorically speaking, territory. It's like you can't quite make out what you should do because you're not sure what's around the next corner. But in order to best position yourself for sure footing and making it through this unscathed is to allow endings to occur. Let it be final. Like, put the final metaphorical nail in the coffin. Something wants to end. And the fact that this is showing up as advice, as the challenge for you, means that you must needs be resisting this ending. Otherwise, it wouldn't manifest, it wouldn't feel like a challenge to you. Or Spirit wouldn't see it as the challenge you're facing. If you were welcoming this change, if you were manifesting this change, I think you will really benefit from the outcome of the change. But on its face, it's not necessarily something that you want to accept. Yeah, you're holding on for dear life. Four of Pentacles as your focus means you really, really, really don't want this to end. You think it can't end. You think it's like almost an emergency that you get in the way of this ending. Okay, it feels critical to you. So I have to point out that right now, you and your higher self are at odds. From their perspective, the ending is going to be good. Good for you. Or at least what comes on the other side of the ending. In the recent past, we have justice in reverse, an imbalance, something that's unfair, something that's persisted and potentially caused a lot of heartbreak or mental anguish for you. Three of Swords there at the bottom of the deck. The silver lining to all of this that you'll experience as a positive once you make your way through it is Seven of Swords. There's a time to be open and lay all the cards on the table for everyone else to see, and there's a time to play your cards closer to the vest, to conceal things in a way out of self-preservation or discretion. And there's some sort of discernment that is to be had for you in terms of when it's beneficial and appropriate to keep things to yourself, who you can share things with, who it's best not to, when it's more beneficial to be private. Maybe this is about keeping other people's secrets a secret and not sharing it with others. I don't have a lot of context clues about what this might be for you yet in this reading. So please apply it as it fits your situation. In the near future, we have the Magician, which is you being very empowered to manifest and make real the things that you sense are possible. Show me what is going to affect the situation that Aries doesn't see coming. Page of Cups in reverse, Page of Pentacles in reverse. There's an unhealed inner child issue that's going to come up to the surface to be dealt with. And the ending is facilitating this revelation. And I think you may, on its face, be very open about this. Perhaps to the wrong people. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to kind of interpret that. Page of Cups in reverse is someone who is not having their emotional needs met. Page of Pentacles in reverse is someone who's refusing to learn a lesson. And so you pair those together as a surprise to you. And I think it's coming from within. This is sort of like a psychological, subconscious sort of reading. And it's tapping into how you're not getting your needs met and why, and how you react to circumstances when that happens. Show me hopes and fears. Five of Swords. Being stabbed in the back by someone who disagrees with you because they disagree with you. They feel like they can't come to you in a forthright manner and have the conversation on the up and up. Perhaps when they've done so in the past, it's more likely to turn into an argument, and so they avoid having the argument. Doesn't mean that the situation is resolved or the argument is resolved, but rather that they go about having their needs met in an underhanded way, going against what you would want. Like, oh, we could have had the conversation, but you didn't want to. You wanted to fight about it. So I acted like everything was fine, but I went and did what I wanted to do anyway. And you feel betrayed by that. It's like you really think that having the fight is going to be the solution. And at the same time, you're afraid of people who won't meet you head to head. Like, why won't they have the fight with me? Why do they have the need to go behind my back and hurt me in secret? What's the most likely outcome here? How are these energies most likely to resolve for Aries? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles. So this is either someone withdrawing a love offer, like they've behaved in a certain way that's very nurturing and supportive and romantic, and then their feelings change and they start behaving the opposite. They change their behavior because their feelings have changed. Or this could be someone who is more emotionally manipulative because of an immaturity or an unwillingness to be more forthright about their feelings. So they're kind of operating out of their shadow aspect, emotionally speaking. But you pair this with the Ten of Pentacles, and it's more likely not about money, but rather the sort of life that someone wants, the vision for their ideal physical existence. The stereotype is the white picket fence with 2.5 kids and a dog, but that's not everyone's vision for their successful life, what it looks like made manifest. This person could be you, could be the person close to you. I would say watch out for them potentially being emotionally manipulative or underhanded in order to get what they want in terms of how they want their life to look. Now, this could be about money, this could be a financial betrayal, but it's really underscored emotionally. So they could tug at your heartstrings and make an emotional play for your money or financial support in some way. Or you might be playing the other role there. let's get you some advice before we lose the light. I'm working with natural light here, and I kind of, some of my other readings ran long, and I'm almost losing the light. Let's see if we can, I think we'll just make it before the sun sets. What advice do we have for Aries? Keep the strength. Tame that fiery temper. You're the viper here, and you have the inner calm. You have the capability to center yourself and harness all that raw power into something that's maybe a bit more conducive to a healthy romantic connection. Not everyone can handle the Aries. Not everyone can handle the spunk, the fire, the passion, the instinctive action, jumping into action, being ready for that at any moment. I think a lot of non-Aries are a lot more emotionally affected by arguing than Aries is. I think Aries is usually, maybe not for you, but I think archetypally Aries is a lot less affected by an argument. Like, you're ready for it, you're comfortable with it. It doesn't sort of bleed into your everyday life in a problematic way, whereas it does for others more often. So I think the advice is sort of mentioning that, kind of hearkening back to the other points that relevant points in the story here. Tame the beast. Allow yourself to be domesticated, for lack of a better term. It's like the wild animal versus the domestication of the wild, and the good that can come from that interaction, because the wild animal doesn't do well in a domesticated setting unless it submits to domestication. So that's your advice coming through from Spirit in terms of how you can best deal with or live through this phase of your life. Allow yourself to be more tame, more domesticated, as fitting for the environment that you find yourself in. So Aries, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this helped. I think we just made it with the sunset, so obviously a little bit more sunshine. Take care, you guys. I'm really glad to have had this time with you. I will see you back tomorrow.